Hello, 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 everyone. Yeah, PG's late tonight. I'm late. Hey, Miss Justice, number one. All right. And here we got Miranda, number two. I just got home from work and I'm waiting on you, PG. There you go, girl. There you go. And Dawn, number three. God bless. Absolutely. Good evening, PG and chat. Blessings to you all. Hey, blessings to you, sweetie. Absolutely. God bless. You are number three. And let's see, Brat number four. There we go. Good evening, PG. Much love. God bless. Summer's Army. To everyone in chat that needs them. Prayers. Norway. Prayers. Aw. Yeah, I haven't seen Sweet Norway in a while. I haven't seen her. God bless her. God bless her. Um, I sure pray that she pops up, lets us know she's okay, right? We are definitely sending up prayers for her. Janet, how you doing, sweetie? Hey, everyone. Hey, hey, hey to you. Let's get down through here. See who else we got tonight. There's Linda. How you doing, sweetie? And Australia. Good to see you, hon. Let me see. I'm moving. Oh, there's Bethan. We don't want to pass you up, girl. We don't want to pass you up. Seeking Truth, how you doing tonight, hon? Good to see you in here. CJ, hello, hello, hello. And I'm almost to the bottom. There's Edwards. How you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Justice for you. Amen. Love our beautiful Mama PG. Hey, girl, I love you guys too. You know it. You know it. And there's Amy. How you doing, sweetie? All right. Well, we don't want to forget Sassy Pants. How you doing, sweetie? Prayers to Ziggy B and Miss Norway. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Um, hey, Bridget, good to see you, hun. Anyway, KB, good to see you. Good evening. Did Allison pass away? Yeah, she did. Yes, yes, Allison did pass away. Yes, she did. A while back. It's been a while. It's been a while since she passed away. Um. Anyway, I came in tonight because I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about. Becky, good to see you, hon. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello to you. Um. I wanted to talk about um Hunter's dad. Hunter's dad did a live today, earlier today, and he said some interesting things, right? Some interesting things about Allison and Hunter and Hunter's phone, and you know, makes us wonder. Makes us wonder. There's a lot of things going on, you guys. A lot of things going on. In Summer's case right now, a whole lot of stuff just hitting the surface, and I think I do believe it's your prayers. I do believe that those prayers are going up and God's putting out the answers, and sending more and more of how complex Summer's case is. I think he's letting us understand there's a lot more to it than it's meeting our eyes, right? Than meeting our eyes. And so let us keep those prayers. Let us keep those prayers going up for this baby, because I truly believe God is answering. And keep the prayers going up. Keep them going up for Smiley's mother. Keep them going up for Sweet Norway and Ziggy V and a whole lot of others. There is so I'm going to tell you, everybody needs prayer. I'm not going, I'm not even going to lie. Everybody needs prayers. Every one of you in this chat right now, every last one of you, I am sure that, I'm sure that you would love to know that you are in someone's prayers. I'm sure we all need them. I mean, what I'm saying is, no matter how your life's going, I mean, if it's going bad, you definitely want prayers, right? If it's going good, you definitely want prayers for it to keep going good. No matter what, right? No matter what, everybody wants prayers. And you always hope someone's a praying for you, right? And a whole lot of us, a lot of us ain't got our mommies and daddies to pray for us anymore. You know, our daddies and mommies are already, on the other side of Jordan. And and sometimes you think, who's going to pray for me, right? Who's going to pray for me? Well, let me tell you something. We need to pray for each other, right? We need to pray for each other. That's who's going to pray for us. We're going to pray for one another. And all's going to be good for all of us. God hears it. He hears it. Through his son, Jesus Christ, he hears our prayers. And, when we're praying for one another, the people going through stuff, well, this too shall pass. And it does. Because why? People sending up prayers for you. That's why it passes. And, the people that ain't going through a whole lot, well, their life just starts getting better and better too. And the ones that have a good life, well, it gets even gooder and better too as well, right? So keep those prayers going up. If we keep the prayers going up for one another, hey baby, we're gonna all be at the goody good, right? We're gonna all be at the goody good place in life. There ain't none of us gonna be having no problems. Why? Because that's what God does. That's what God does when people pray for one another. He makes everybody's life better so they can keep praying and keep it better too. So, keep them prayers going up. But I truly do believe that your prayers are being answered in Summer's case. Little by little, little by little. But I don't think, God don't ever give us more than we can handle, right? The Bible says God will not give us more than we can handle. And just, personally, to tell you the truth, I don't think a lot of people is going to be able to handle, the truth on Summer's case. Too many people love her so much. Too many people, invested. There's so many people invested in this case. And you couldn't take the truth all at once. I don't believe that. I don't think I could. I personally do not believe that even PG could take the truth all at once. And that's the truth, because I know already, that Summer was born into Hades, right? I already know that she was born into Hades. I already know that they put her through a hell of a lot before she disappeared. So I could only imagine. How much more she went through, right? And I don't think we're ready for that. I don't think we're ready for that kind of truth right now. So, I believe God's doing what's best for all of us, to be honest with you. And I personally thank him. I thank him for bringing it out little by little, because I think that's the only way we could handle it, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. But hey, who dear, how you doing, sweetie? That is beautiful. Beautiful. Suzanne, good to see you, hon. Yeah, so keep the prayers going up. Please do. Please do. And keep them also going up for Dolly, right? Dolly's recuperating from a lot right now as well. Him and his girlfriend and JLR. He's had his share of issues. He's had his share of things going on. And pray for Bullhorn Betty. I know a lot of people don't like her. I do. I do like her. I do believe she really does fight for the children. I mean, for the victim. I don't know what's up with this Seth thing. Creators, we all of us have, as a creator, you may not understand what we're doing, but trust me, we have a motive. We have a reason for what we're doing. I mean, we're trying to get information for these missing kids, and we do whatever we need to do to get it, right? If it means befriending someone we can't even stand being next to, we'll befriend them. We will befriend them. You know? And when you befriend someone, you gotta run the course. You gotta run the course, you guys. It might not look good in your eyes, but the creators gotta do what they gotta do until they get, hopefully the information they're seeking for the child. And that's just how it is. Sometimes you even gotta act like, that you're all for this person and against other people you're really not. That you're not against. And you're going to get that ooh and ahs and people don't understand what you're doing because they don't understand, your madness. They don't understand the madness, of being a creator. And this is the way. Hey, just chilling. I see you, girl. They don't understand it. And I'm sorry about that. But I wish people would give more understanding to creators, regardless of what they're doing, regardless of what they're doing, give them some space. I'm not saying that she's not doing wrong. I don't know yet. I'm just saying that, she could be, she could have an angle on this. She could have, a motive for this. All of what she's doing and everything, everything she's doing is for Sebastian. And let's not give people a lot of hate until we know for sure, that there isn't a motive behind what the person's doing. I mean, I had to play nice, right? I had to play nice many times to get information for Summer. I had to. I mean, sometimes you wanted to upchuck, right? You wanted to upchuck Dom Wells on the panel or Candace Wells on the panel. But you didn't. For Summer's sake, you did what needed to be done to try to draw the answers that could help Summer. And that's what I'm talking about, So, keep prayers going up for her because I know with everybody hating on her back right now, it's hard. It's hard when you're out there doing, what's righteous for these missing kids and you got all these people disliking you. You ask yourself why? Why do they hate me when I'm working for the child, When I'm trying to do what's righteous in the sight of God and, and find this child because you want it to be returned home, and then you got, you get all this ugliness on you and creators are human. They're human, you guys. They're just like anybody else. If you got a whole lot of hate on you, you have people coming sideways at you, it bothers you. It bothers you. For the average person, it bothers them. When people come sideways at them, it they got feelings. It hurts their feelings. It upsets them. It, causes them a lot of stress and anxiety and a whole lot of other things. Some people don't take it well when people's coming at them, right? They don't take it well. I mean, I'm not going to say that, there ain't people who don't give a a rat's ass about who wants to come sideways. There's some of those people, right? There's some of those people. I happen to be one of them. But I don't stick my stock in what humans think. I don't put no stock into what other people think. I put all my stock into what God thinks. That's who at the end of this night, that's who's got to be good with me, and that's who I got to be good with. And, nobody else, no one else. So, that's what I'm talking about. But a lot of these creators, like Smiley, for instance, right? Her mother is some of the reason she ain't out here. But a big reason she's not out here is because, of ABM white boy and their pure evilness. They came at her sideways, did a lot of bad, and kind of ran her off for a while, on top of everything else that she's going through. And, she wasn't able to be out here catching all the support and love and stuff, that we want to give her during this trying time in her life, because they really hurt her. They really hurt her with what they done to her. And, and she ain't made of steel, you guys. She's not made of steel. PG might be, but she's not, I thought my head was made of wood, but when I knocked on it, it it sounded like clinging metal. All right. So PG might be made of steel, y'all. That's all I can say. I really don't let people overly get to me. And I'm good at turning the other cheek. I always turn the other cheek. Matter of fact, I turn the cheek and turn the cheek and turn the cheek. I mean, sometimes I feel like, I'm in France with some Frenchmen, right? And their gloves just pap, 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 pap across PG's face. And, because I ain't wanting to give them no attention. But sometimes, I'm going to tell you, out here, sometimes you get pushed. You get pushed to give these people attention, right? I mean, at some point you say, damn it, if they want it, well, here it comes, right? Here it comes. I'm going to stand up and have to do what I've been trying really hard not to do. But, and then, oh, you're mean. You're a Nelly. You're a Nelly. No, I'm not Nelly. Sorry to tell you, I'm not no Nelly. I'm more like Laura. I ain't going to take Nelly's crap, right? But you get called a Nelly, and, I guess, I'd rather be called Nelly than Karen. And that's for sure. I don't like that Karen thing. Oh, she's a Karen. I'm like, oh my God. Whatever. Yeah, Nellie Olson. Right? I'm like, oh Lord. I'm going to tell you. I hate to say it, but there's a couple creators, if they put their heads together, it would block out the sun, right? It would block out the sun straight up. They'd be no more daylight. People would think the rapture came. For real. You'd think the rapture came. It would totally, we'd all be in darkness. And that would be some scary stuff. I'm just glad they ain't putting their heads together, right? Um, you know, I've been trying to decide not to be mean. Really. I have really been trying to be good. I have. I mean, you know, cuz like most people like to come at PG. I don't know why, but they like to come at me. I don't understand it. But I've been trying to be real nice. I've been trying to, pray for these people and do righteous by these people. And I probably should shut up before, while I'm ahead, right? While I'm still in the nice rim of everything. You know, the other night I wanted to come out and say some stuff, right? I wanted to come out and say some stuff. I wanted to say some things like, hey, Miss Bell Ringer, right? Miss Ding 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 Ding. Listen, it's been 3 years. I never seen you in yellow, nor your sister. Could that be because you don't want to be mistaken as a freaking school bus, right? These are the things that I'd like to say, but I don't. Because I'm being nice. I'm being nice. You know, you know, it's the truth. It's the truth. I also like to say other things, like I know why you got a problem with Justin. You got a problem with Justin. That's because, um, you if they try to wear the rainbow, they look like a blimp, right? They look like a blimp. These are the things, these are the things that go through my mind, but I don't say them. I don't say them, you guys. Um, because I ain't trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean, so I don't say it. You know, I just say I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good today. I'm trying to be good. I always try to be good. Don't work out too well for me, right? I'm like a problem child. I think. I don't know, but being good just don't work out for me very well. People don't like me being good. Um, if they like me being good, they wouldn't come at me sideways when I'm trying to be good, right? I'm like, uh-huh. Yep, you asking for it now. Oh hell no, you did not. Okay, I seen that. Right. I seen that. That I want to chalk that one up right now. But I'll catch it on the other side. That's for sure. When I decide to come, put my suit of armor on, those steel toe boots, you really be getting it then. You know, I like to let them build it up. I like to let them build it up. And trust me, there's a couple right now building it up. They're building it up. They ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna like it when PG decides to, open a big old live up. When I decide to open that can of what on their ass. They ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna like it. That's the truth. Then they gonna holler, oh, we are the victim. Oh, that mean Nelly. That old Nelly. Oh my gosh. She's so mean. Yeah. Well, okay. What the hell are you? You ain't no dang ray of sunshine. That's for sure. You ain't no ray of sunshine. What the hell you be talking about? Bringing that bell, trying to deafen people. Right? That's what they be doing. Anyway. Yeah, I sure can. I sure can. That's a knack I got, girl. That's a knack I got. I sure can. Especially when people are asking for it. I'm the nicest person in the world. Straight up. I really am. I know. I know. I take time. I take time to check myself. I ain't out there checking other people. I'm checking me because when I meet with God, He ain't gonna ask me about those other people. He gonna ask me about me. So I be checking myself. I don't care about anybody else, right? I don't even care. I'm like, shh, I don't care about that. Hey, Deputy Sheriff, how you doing tonight, sweetie? Good to see you. I'm like, I don't even worry about that. What I do worry about is old Lord going to be talking to PG saying, we don't care about nobody else. We don't care about the old bell ringer. What you be doing, PG? I'm going to be like, putting on that suit of armor, standing my ground, I'm really thankful for those steel-toed boots because they sure did handle a whole lot of evilness, didn't they? Right? That's pretty much, what I'm going to be saying. And I hope the Lord understands, right? I sure hope He understands when I get there. Anyway, I'm going to let you hear what Andrew had to say. That's right, righteous anger. And there is such thing. There is such thing as righteous anger. If you ever had somebody walk in your house and talk bad about God, you ever have somebody come in your home and talk bad about the Lord, man, I'm going to tell you what, you got to go. You come in my house to say something bad, you got to go. You got to leave right now. Don't let that door hit you in the backside, and don't you come back. Don't you ever come back if you're going to talk about the Lord like that again. You got to leave. I ain't going to have that. I'm not going to have that under my roof. Oh, no, 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 no. There is righteous anger. I'm going to tell you now, there ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. Boy, you want to get me up real quick? Say something bad about my God. Oh man, I'll tell you what. It'll all be bad then. Oh, here's our sweet Norway. Hey, I appreciate that. God bless. I appreciate it. Much love to you, my friend. Love and prayers to everybody in chat. Summer, we love you. Amen. We sure do. I'm going to tell you, see, God answers prayers. We was praying that she shows up and lets us know she's all right. Amen. There she is. There she is. God bless. God bless. God does answer prayers, y'all. Absolutely. Absolutely, Miss Justice. Amen. That is so sweet. Love a Scorpio. Thank you, Miss Norway. Much love. Absolutely. Everybody in here, so happy to see you. Everybody's so happy to see you. I know I am. I know I am too. Yes, our sweet, beautiful Norway. God bless. God bless. The legendary. I so appreciate that. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Suzanne. I don't know, Suzanne. I don't know if you got me, if you are on Summer's Facebook, Sissy Bible's Facebook, but if you want to hit me up through the chat, I would love to spend time talk with you. If you need somebody to talk to, girl, you hit me up. I'd be glad to spend some time with you. Hopefully I can make your days better, not worse. I know what, you know, I know where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from, girl. Absolutely. And, you know, people can do that to you. People can do that to you, you know. It's like, you know, it's your worst time, you know, your worst time, they're trying to kick you. And, you know, it's so wrong. It's so wrong. You know, I tell you the thing I dislike the most is a lying tongue. I hate a lying tongue. Um, and I'm going to tell you, the bell ringer has one, a serious one, right? She has a serious lying tongue. Um, you know, she just, you know, she's always twisting. She's always, you know, she's just still trying to play. She's still trying to play, you know, the old devil's game, right? Of twisting people's words, saying what she wants you to say instead of what you said, right? So that it can make you look bad. She wants to say you said things you didn't to make you look bad. She wants to twist it to make people dislike you. And you know, and I'm going to tell you, people's already caught on to that. And that's so yesterday. It's so yesterday. That's why it don't get her anywhere. It don't get her nowhere. Because people already, you know, that's old shit. That's old shit. You know, if you're gonna you're gonna play the devil's games, baby, you better keep up. You better keep up with the times, right? You better keep up with the times. You got to keep moving forward because you know the old devil has a different ball game. You know, he knows when to bow out and start something new, right? He knows when to do that. And but you always got those stragglers. You always got those stragglers, you know, haven't caught up with the time. And you know, and she's straggling. She's straggling, y'all. That's what I got to say. Um yeah, definitely the legendary does. Hey, definitely say no to the moo moo. And that's exactly right. I love it. That is that is funny. God bless. Say no to the moo. Right. Um. Anyway, I'm gonna let you hear what I'm gonna let you hear what Amy. Good to see you, hon. Amy Joe. I see you. Um. I live with the lying tongue, and it's the worst thing ever. I can never trust a thing. All right. Hey, girl, I know what you're saying because I'll tell you what. I growed up in a house full of them. Right? I growed up in a whole damn house full of them. I know where you're coming from. God knows. But anyhow, I'm gonna let you hear what you know Andrew's newest theme was today.
I do not honestly believe that they did not return his phone. I don't believe it. I really don't. Okay? I really do not believe that he never retrieved his phone. I honestly believe that Allison got it back because Hunter was underage at the time and needed his.
Whoa. He truly believes that Allison got that phone back because Hunter was underage. She would have to be the one to pick it up. And he believes that she did. And then listen to what he said.
Mom to go pick it up. Thus, for I believe Allison picked it up but destroyed it at the same time. That is.
Whoa. Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? Oh, I believe she picked it up and destroyed it at the same time. I don't know. I don't know if he's lying or not. Now, you know, because at the time Hunter was underage, and at the time Allison, you know, had custody of Hunter and the legal guardian of Hunter, you know, the primary legal guardian of Hunter, Andrew didn't have a lot of pull in any of this. But since Allie has passed away, and the issue at hand, the issue at hand was, at a time when, Hunter was underage. Now, did Andrew try to step in? Did he try to step in since all of this was, happened when Hunter was underage and Allie's no longer here to be able to, keep tabs on everything? Did he step up and try to possibly call in and find out about this phone? Did maybe they tell him that this phone has been released to Allison? That it was released to Allison some time ago. And, and they don't, and they have no idea, what she may have, where the phone went or what, they did with it. Possibility. I don't know. Well, I don't know, Sassy Pants, because I'm going to tell you, they could have, extracted it from his phone, and because they can do that. They can extract what they want from the phones and give them back, because that they got all the data from the phone. They got all the evidence. They got it. They can, extract it from the phone and give the phone back. There's no reason for them to keep your phone. There's no reason for that. Now, did Andrew possibly find out that that's what they did? That they, basically downloaded the phone and had returned it? I don't know. Was this something that Andrew has known early on that they done? I don't know. Could Allie have told him? Could Allie have confided in him that I picked that phone up and no, I didn't give it back to Hunter. I destroyed it because, it had incriminating evidence, on it. I don't know. I have no idea. What I'm trying to say is, could, maybe she didn't want to, how the law enforcement is. Law enforcement, they lose stuff all the time. They lose everything in the shuffle, right? They lose so much information that is, that is pathetic. Like, until like now they've got, camera systems inside of the, inside of the evidence rooms and everything now, right? There's camera systems inside the file rooms, the evidence rooms. But before there was video footage inside these rooms, and they were having to let a lot of people off. Why? Because the evidence was coming up missing, right? They can't show the evidence. They ain't got nothing. And evidence, a lot of evidence was disappearing and wasn't able to be, submitted in the courtroom. And a lot of people was getting off, right? It's just the way it is. And a lot of files get lost, in the shuffle of everything. And a lot of times, if it's like a lot of times you go to court, right? You go to court and your attorneys show up and prosecutors show up or whoever, and and then the next thing you know, they're asking your attorneys for this paperwork or that paper because they don't have it. They don't have it. They had it. They had it. They should have had it. Hell, they're the ones prosecuting, right? It's their jobs to get it. But here they are asking your attorney if they have the paperwork, or if you have the paperwork, the original paperwork, that they should have fucking had. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to give that to you. Your attorney's going to say, what are you talking about? Ain't this stuff you're prosecuting? Ain't this stuff you supposed to have? If you ain't got it, I don't know what to tell you. We're not going to produce it. Right? We're not producing it. Good to know you ain't got it. We're glad to hear that. Because we ain't got it either. Even if we did, the attorney ain't going to say we do. Right? And you're always advised to keep your mouth shut. So if they ask you, you have to tell them to ask your lawyer that you don't know. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. I mean, shit always gets, scattered for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. I mean, you got a lot of hands. You got a lot of hands running in and out of these places. And this stuff just can't be kept up with. So, a lot of people walk free. A lot of people get off with a lot of stuff because, the case just ain't what they thought they had, somehow got gone, and they just don't got it anymore. And, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Kind of sloppy, if you ask me, but hey, it happens, right? It happens. So, and lawyers, oh, that's a lawyer's dream. On the defense side, that's a lawyer's dream. You hope they lose everything, right? You hope the prosecuting side loses everything because that makes you win the case. And that's what you're there for. That's what you get paid for, to win that case. You're there to get your client off. So, but either side you work for, whether you work for, the client, or you work for, if you work on the prosecuting side to prosecute, you got to do your best, right? You got to do your best. If you're on the prosecuting side, then, you got to make sure that you got A to Z in line when you walk in there. You got to be able to, to show the court that this person is guilty of everything you're saying and every way you're saying, and you got to show the hard, cold facts and evidence that's against them. Let it be handwritings, let it be pictures, let it be, however, whatever it is, you got to be ruthless. You got to be ruthless. You got to, you're out to win. No matter which side you're on, you're out to win. And, and it can be a battle. It can be a battle. But did the phone get put back in the hands of Allison? Did she destroy it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Right. They will. Let me tell you, if law enforcement took my computer or my phone or anything of mine, right, they came and took it away to examine and to go through and go over. You know what I got to tell them? You keep that shit. You keep it. I don't want it back, right? clear it, and trash it when you're done. I don't want it back. No way. I'm not bringing it back into my home. Absolutely not. I'm not even going to put it back in my vehicle unless I'm going straight, straight to a freaking landfill and put it out. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be complete silence. It's going to be complete silence until it's thrown out. Because I'm going to tell you why. It's too easy today. Too easy. Technology is too easy to put in listening devices, tracking systems, right? Codes so they can hack anytime they want into all of your business, listen to all of your conversations. It's just too dangerous. It's too dangerous. So absolutely not. I mean, no, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm an upstanding, law-abiding, God-fearing citizen. I don't get into no trouble. I try to stay as far away from, evilness as I can. But I still don't want, this stuff back. If they decide to take it off and I don't want it back. Keep that shit. Hell no. So, I don't know. What I do know is this. I do know that I do know this much. Listen to this.
Whatever mom likes, pretty much we talk about. And I was like, what's Summer doing? She's like, oh, she fell asleep. I was like, oh, how's she sleeping? And when I look back, because I'm driving, and I look back like this, she had her arms up like this, like her daddy sleeps all the time.
Okay.
So I wanted to catch that moment.
Okay.
It was just things I do.
Right.
And I was like, here, Mom, hurry up, take that picture. And then she accidentally hit the video record.
Okay.
Instead of the picture part.
Okay.
So like, did you catch it? She like, F, no, I accidentally hit the video part.
That's what you get for handing Grandma the camera.
Yeah, well, I was driving though.
Okay.
And I was like,
heck no. I didn't catch it on the record. I don't give a damn if you turn on the video or you turn on, snap a picture. I don't care which one you do. If the child was doing what you said, it would have been doing it on the video, right? Matter of fact, video is going to capture it faster than snapping a picture would have, right? Candace is lying. And she's trying too hard. She's trying way too hard, to convince him. She keeps looking at him like, are you buying this bullshit? Are you buying this bullshit? She's trying to spoon feed him, right? She's trying to spoon feed him nothing but pure crap. And she's looking to see if he's eating it, right? And he does. He looks like he's, he's a cop, for God's sake. He looks like he's gobbling it up, right? He looks like he's gobbling. He ain't buying a bit of the shit she's saying. But he looks like that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to look and play the part, even though one thing's in your mind, something else needs to be coming out your mouth because, that's how you get these people to talk. This is, people could have got angry with him. They could have said, oh, look at him gobbling the stuff up that she's saying. He believes this stuff. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He made her think he's buying that shit because he wanted her to talk. He wanted to get the information out of her backside. And I'm telling you, that's what creators do as well out here. That's what Bullhorn Betty does. That's what, JLR does. That's what Dolly does. That's what all creators do. They want the information for the children and they have to, they have to act a part in order to get that information. Sometimes, you got to look like you're sucking up to somebody, right? to get information. You know, that's why I'm saying, you know, when we're not understanding, you know, these people's madness, we shouldn't be criticizing them. We should just be, you know, we should just lay in wait and, you know, and see their purpose for, you know, for what they're doing. You know, people's got to be crafty, man. You want answers for missing kids, you got to be crafty. There's a lot of ways you got to go about getting these answers. People, you know, people ain't going to talk to haters. They're not going to talk to haters. They're not going to respond to hatred. What they're going to respond to is kindness, love. You better act like you care. You give a damn. That you believe them. Right? Even if you don't. Do it for the sake of the child. Even if you want to, you know, boot them off your panel. Don't do it. These children need you to talk. They need you, you know, to do what's righteous for them. Sometimes you got to set your personal feelings aside. Right? You got to set how you feel aside from all of this and do what's right for the kid, for the child. And a lot of people don't understand that, you know? A lot of people don't understand that. And I wish more people would. I wish more people would. You know, I wish that more people would learn how to, you know, how to be nice. To be nice in the chats. When you have one of these suspects come up on panel, the chat shouldn't be, you know, the chat shouldn't be going at the person, because they're reading that chat. They're reading that chat. And what's going to happen is the chat's going to make this freaking suspect shut down. When you're sitting in the chat and you're throwing negative at someone, all you did was shut that person down. And now what you did is you didn't hurt that person. You hurt the victim. You hurt the victim. The person that you're supposed to be there for, that's who you really hurt. Because now you're not going to get the information that victim needed out of this freaking suspect. That's why you don't do it. When suspects come on panels, the chat needs to, you know, act like they're believing what this suspect's saying, that, you know, they're behind this suspect. Be nice to that suspect. Right? That's what you need to do. And make them feel fucking comfortable enough to keep running that sut. And they may slip up. And that could solve a case. But when you're throwing hatred and anger and ugliness, well, you know, think about how you're going to react if someone's throwing all of that at you. Are you going to continue talking? Are you going to continue giving out information? Are you going to continue, you know, to feel open? No, you're going to close off. You are going to close off and you are going to get on the defensive side. And a lot of what someone could have got out of you is now gone. It's now gone. So, you know, you have to do what's best for the victim. And you always have to keep the victim in mind and the love of that victim in your heart. Don't show no anger when suspects are on panel. Show support. Play the game, man. Play the game. Even if you can't stand them, play the game for the sake of the victim. To keep that idiot talking and information flowing from their freaking receptacle, right? That's what you want to do. Just saying, you know, and a lot of people don't understand this. A lot of people don't. And that's, and that's why a lot of information's lost. A lot of information gets lost. That could have been had. That could have been had. You also get a lot of information that could have been had lost also because the creator, ain't letting this person talk. The creator wants to act like this person's friend, like this person's mother freaking attorney, right? They want to shut this person down. You're saying too much, click them off. And all this information that could have been had is lost. It's lost. Because see, when you got someone talking and they're really exposing themselves and you don't let it continue to go on and go on, like when Jody Sue came up on the panel and she said, PG, I want to talk to Donald one-on-one. I said, well, go for it, right? Go for it. I mute it and I let him go. And a lot of people in the chat's like, where's PG? Where's PG? I'll tell you where PG was. I was sitting back, taking every word that these two idiots were saying in. I was listening and understanding everything they were saying. You better believe I did. And I got a lot of information out of what they done. A whole lot of information I wouldn't have had if I would have been trying to intervene or just booted Jody Sue because nobody likes her, right? Or booted Don Wells because we don't like him either. No, you don't boot nobody. For Summer's sake, I said, hey, the floor's yours, baby. Go at it. Because I want to know how close her and Don Wells was. I want to know all the information about her and Don Wells, right? These are people that said they weren't friends. They said, we're not friends. We are, nothing but like acquaintances. They live on one side, we live on the other. I mean, like if they need a can of corn, we throw it over there from our hill. And if we need, a can of beans, they'll throw one back. But we really don't know each other. Well, we found out when Jody Sue came up there and ran her face to Don Wells. Damn, they knew each other pretty damn well, didn't they? I mean, a whole lot of things was coming out, like, Jody Sue, we learned that Jody Sue was actually getting fresh with Don Wells and he had to turn her down, right? So that let us know Don Wells is over on Andy's heel a lot, right? We got to know that Jody Sue was on 110 Ben Hill Road a whole lot too, and wasn't just over there, but she was over there, and Don Wells got to see a whole lot of, stuff for sale, like large amounts of stuff for sale that her and Andy was selling off because Don was a buyer. I mean, we learned a whole lot. And, had we not, let it go, we wouldn't have got the information. I say, let them talk. I don't care what they're talking about. Let them talk. But Jody Sue, not Jody Sue, Cher didn't let Don Wells talk. Man, I seen times when Candace was coming out the door and, jumping all over Donald, right? She come out the door jumping all over him, saying all kinds of stuff to him. And, you guys would have got to hear. You guys would have got to hear some good shit. But you know what? I heard it. You know why? Because I was on another phone. Right? I was on a phone with Candace, or I was on another phone with Donald. I was on another phone. So when Cher shut it all down, Oh, let me tell you, I was right there hearing some good shit. I was hearing some stuff. I was hearing Candace talking about you got a big effing mouth. You're going to get us put in freaking prison, you stupid ass. That's what I was hearing. You didn't hear that. Because why? Sheer closed it down. Did Sheer hear that later? No, Sheer didn't ever hear that later. She didn't hear none of that later. I heard it. I recorded it. I turned it over. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, that is conjuring up a horrible image, right? Absolutely. I agree. I agree. That's Jody Sue and Don Wells. Um, but no more horrible than, you know, no more horrible than any of those couples on Ben Hill Road, right? I mean, it makes you cringe. It makes you cringe just thinking that any of these people were with one another on Ben Hill Road. Um, but you get more information if you let them talk. Cher wanted Dawn and Kent. Cher did not care about Summer, no more than she cared about, no more than she cared about um Quentin Simon, right? Remember, she was taken up for Leilani and Billy Joe. Remember, she that all she cared about was them. She didn't care about Quentin. She didn't care about the real victim. She cared about, her click likes and fucking views. That's all she ever cares about. And she just cares about, getting all that money, brought in, um, her channel. And she doesn't care about the victims. If she really cared about the victims, she would have left that. She would have left everything open, and she'd have let everybody hear all the stuff at the beginning, right? She'd have let you guys hear all the stuff going on with Candace and Dawn and in that house. I mean, she didn't care about you guys understanding how evil Dawn and Candace was. She didn't care about that. She wanted, she wanted to protect Dawn and Candace in order to keep them in her pocket. And that's all she gave a damn about. She didn't give a damn about exposing them out here to all of you, what horrible people they was. And, and the fact that they are very capable of doing anything, right? She didn't want you seeing all of that. No. What she wanted you guys, what she wanted you guys to see is her kissing their backsides to keep them in her pocket and really not getting anything that was worthy of helping Summer at all. That was total bullshit. Her working with the feds or her working with TBI or Hawkins, she wasn't working with nobody. She wasn't working for nobody but her fucking self. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And I don't have a problem saying that. I don't have a problem saying that. I ain't got nothing against Cher. I ain't got nothing against her. Other than the fact that, she's not for the victims. I don't, at all. And she's supposed to be. That's who she's supposed to be out here for. Not, and she'd do it again. She'd do it again. For the money. Some people will sell their fucking souls for the dollar. Some people will sell their soul for $1. Right? I'm not for sale. I'm not for sale, folks. I call it like I see it. I'm out here for these missing kids. I'm not out here for anything else. I'm not out here for nothing else. I don't care. I don't care about the almighty dollar. I don't give a damn about it. I really don't. You know what money's for? To spend. Money is to spend. And I don't look to other people to give me anything. I look to God. I look to God Almighty. And you know what? Because he's the one that supplies us. He's the one that takes care of PG. That's who takes care of PG. It's God Almighty. That's who I look to. I don't look for other people. God promised to support me. He promised to put a roof over my head, food on my table, and clothes on my back. He said, do not worry. Do not worry. I know when a sparrow falls. And are you not worth more than a sparrow? I clothe the ground with the lilies of the field. Will I not clothe you? Absolutely. I'm going to tell you something. I rely on my God, not other people. I'm going to tell you what, when I go to bed at night, I want to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep. I don't want to think that I just took somebody's medicine money. I don't want to lay in bed and think I gave somebody a hard luck story and took money they couldn't really afford to give me. Man, I'm not into that shit. I'm just not into it. You know, I leave it up to the Lord. He's kept Summer's channel going for over 3 years now, right? He's kept it going for over 3 years. Hey. And he'll keep it going as long as he wants it to go. He'll keep it going as long as he wants it to go. You know? And when God decides this, when God decides that this channel should no longer be here, it won't be. It won't be. It's his decision, not PG's. Like I said, at the end of this night, I'm going to tell you, I pray every night. I pray every morning. Every morning I get up. I talk to God. I go to church every day. I talk to God. Sometimes I go twice. Maybe 3 times. I talk to God. Right? And when I lay down at night to go to sleep, I talk to God. That's who I talk to. And I got to be good with God. I got to be good with him. You know, when I lay down, I can say, Lord, I didn't give no hard luck stories and take anything from nobody. I can say, Lord, I didn't sit there and beg for nothing. Summers people know where the donation box is. It's in the back of the room. They want to donate. It's very, it's very beautiful and very appreciated. But if they don't have it, Lord, I tell them, don't give it. If you don't have it, don't give it, please. I don't want it. And that's the truth. That is the God's honest truth. I don't want it. And I'm going to tell you, no other channel does that. No other channel does it. Now, Summer's channel don't make a lot. That's true. It don't. And that's okay with me. That's okay with me because you know what? I'd rather have your prayers going up for her. I'd rather you pray 3 times a day. I'd rather you go to church and pray than to pay a dime out here. Summer does not need, she does not need people's money other than for a reward fund. She doesn't need your money for anything more than a reward fund, which they won't allow now, right? So we don't need to give money for that. Billboards. Well, nobody's putting them up anymore because the whales don't want that either. So we don't need money for that. Flyers, right? Flyers. Well, we can all print those off of our own printers and distribute them when we want to. So we don't need money for that. Right? And prayers are free, baby. They're free. The thing that's going to help Summer the most, the thing that's going to help her more than a reward fund, more than billboards, more than flyers, is absolutely free. Doesn't cost no one a dime. It's called prayers. Send them up. God's listening. Don't say you will, do it. Because that is what's going to bring her home, is your prayers. That is what's going to get justice, is your prayers. And I'm going to tell you something. Prayers without faith are empty prayers. If you pray but have doubt that God's going to answer, well, you might as well not have prayed at all. And that's the truth. Even the Bible says it. Even the Bible tells you, if you're not going to believe, then you might as well not even ask. Because God only does what you believe he will do. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So when if you say you're going to pray, pray. Because if you don't, that's a lie. You're lying. And God don't like liars. He hates liars. As a matter of fact, the Bible said he hates them. You're lying. Send up prayers for this little girl. It don't cost a dime, but send those prayers up. Pray for her. Pray for her. That's what PG wants. That's what I want. I want prayers for her. Yes, it does take money to keep this channel running. It does. And I appreciate all the support that comes in. I do. Because when you guys help me keep this channel running, it takes a lot of burden off of me. It takes a lot of burden off of me. I'm not going to lie, it does. Sometimes I'm scraping pennies together. I'm not rich. Sometimes I got to scrape pennies to get everything done. So, absolutely, I am so grateful when you guys help with the channel. But I'm going to tell you, if you can't afford it, please don't do it. And I've always said that. I've always said that from day one. But there's a lot of creators out here. That's why they're out here. And they give hard luck stories. They give hard luck stories. To take people to the cleaners that can't afford to be taken to the cleaners. Right? And that's the truth. That's the truth. And I feel sorry. It's like the lady that gave $5,000 to $7,000, $5,000 to $7,000, to get a creator a car, right? The creator needed a car, and they gave $5,000 to $7,000, and they lost it all, right? They lost it all. The creator promised to pay them back, and didn't give them a dime. Matter of fact, the creator lost the car too. The car got repoed. So so this person. And that's why it's hard for a lot of these channels to get support enough to keep it going. It's because of people like that that do things like that. And then it makes everybody look bad. It makes all the channels look bad, and all the channels aren't bad. Like Justin's channel. That's a good channel. That, he's for the kids. Smalley, she's for the kids, right? We're for the kids. Dolly, he's for the kids. JLR, for the kids. These are all channels for the kids. You just got to know. You just got to know, who to keep in business and who not to. That's the thing. That's the thing. And I can't say nothing. Right? Because I donated. I donated to a few channels, I donated to a few channels like Benny Keys, right? I got took. Shouldn't have gave him a dime. I didn't know that it was gang, grab a kid and it was gang. I didn't know. And I got took. And I gave him a lot more than I wished I gave him. And and Ziggy, I'm not gonna lie, she made quite a penny off of PG too. Yeah. Quite a penny off of PG too. You know, I'm not you know, beyond making, you know, the same mistakes as everybody else did. But I've learned from them. I've learned from them. The channels I support now are the channels I see supporting these children. That's who I support. And I don't support anything else. And I don't support no suspects. If you are a suspect in a missing child's case, I do not give you a dime. I do not support you any way, form, or how. Right? Unless law enforcement comes out and says, these people have been cleared. They have, you know, we have been all over them, and we know that they had nothing to do with what happened to their child. Oh, then I'll support them. Yes, at that point I will. But I will not support them before that. As long as they're a suspect in the law enforcement's eyes and they have not been cleared by law enforcement, you don't get a dime from PG. You don't get nothing. Because I don't support suspects, and I'll tell you why. Let me put it in these words. If I support that suspect, well, I can't say, you know, I can't say I support the victim if I support a suspect. What I'm saying is I am betraying the real victim. I'm betraying the real victim by supporting a suspect. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to portray the victim. I will not portray a victim. Because if that suspect did something and I supported it, I couldn't live with myself. I would lose sleep the rest of my life over that. And I'm not losing no sleep. I like my sleep, and I'm not losing it. It's just the way it is. I'm not going to do it. Exactly, Chris. No. No. You know, you cannot serve two masters. And in missing children's cases, it's serving, you know, you cannot serve the suspect and the victim. You got to choose your side. Are you going to support evilness, which is the suspect, or are you going to support righteousness, which is the victim? Which one are you going to support? You got to pick a side. Well, I picked the victim because that is who I'm a voice for. They're voiceless. They're voiceless. And that's who I'm going to work for. And that's who I am going to do all I can to get found, brought home, and justice served. That's just the way it is. Absolutely, Carrie. Absolutely, sweetie. You are so right. Here on PGs, we only support the victims. We will not support suspects ever here. This is, you know, she says on PGs, you know, this ain't PG's channel. This is Summer's channel. And I said that from day one. This channel was put together by God for Summer. We run it, and we run it together, all of us. We are a we thing. It's no me thing over here. I don't come up here and say, hey, this is my channel, and everybody can do this and do that. If you have a problem with what I do on my channel, I don't say that. Oh, hell no. Because this is not my channel. This is Summer's channel. This is Summer's channel. And we all run this channel together. We all work together for this missing little girl. It's, you know, that is the way it is. That is the way it is. And, you know, I don't tell anyone in this chat how to think, where they can go, what they can do. I'm going to tell you now, I'm not a control freak, baby. I don't want to control anyone, and I don't want no one trying to control PG. We all work together. We all work together as one for this missing child. And we all go where we want to go, do what we want to do, think how we want to think, feel how we want to feel, and we all meet back up here for the missing children. And that's the way it's going to always be on this channel. It's America. It's America over here. If you get a steel toe boot from here, trust me, you're doing something really evil. You have got to be a troll, because over here, let me tell you, over here, nobody gets a steel toe boot. Nobody. Absolutely not. And I do not come in here and say, hey, I seen you here and I seen you there. And you're blocked and you're timed out and this and that. Oh no. I don't care. I don't care where everybody's been. I've probably been there myself, right? I've probably been there myself. Why? Because I want to keep up with everything going on too. I want to hear everything that everybody's saying as well, right? I want as much information as possible to help these missing children. So you damn Skippy, I'm going to be all over the place. And nobody has a right telling anyone else where they can go and where they can't go and what they can do and what they can't do. I'm going to tell you something. It's enough. It's enough trying to live your own life, right? You got these people out there, they want to not only live their own life, they want to live everybody else's life too. Right? No. Hell no. We all got one life. God gave it to us and God wants us to live it. If he wanted somebody else to live PG's life, he would have gave my life to them, right? Instead of me. They're not supposed to be living PG's life. They're supposed to be living their own damn life, and that's what they need to do. That's just the way it is, right? Hey, Carrie, don't worry about it, sweetie. Don't worry about it. You know, no, it's fine. It's fine. You know, a lot of people say that. A lot of people, you know, I've heard people in other places saying, don't tell PG what to do on her channel. And I appreciate the support. I appreciate the support, but it's Summer's channel. You know, if you want to tell them something, tell them, don't tell them, you know, don't be telling PG what to do on PG's channel. Say, don't be telling us what to do on Summer's channel. Don't be telling us. Because you know what? Like the American people, we the people, we are one here. We are one here, you guys. We are a family that prays together and we stay together for these kids. That's what we are. So when you're talking about Summer's channel, you're talking about yourself too. You run this channel as much as PG does. You run this channel as much as I do, because we all support Summer Moon Utah Wells, which this channel belongs to. All I do, I'm just a vessel that God's using to be up here and put everything out to help try to bring this little girl home and get justice for her. I'm nothing but the vessel that God uses up here. But we all run this together. And this is open panel every night. It's open panel up here every night. Every last one of you can grab the link and come up here anytime you want. And you can support Summer from up here as well. You can come up here and tell how much you love her, the information you have gathered lately upon her. You can come up here and, you know, and support her just like I do. No problem. I don't boot nobody. If you've got any information or you want to just come up and support this little girl, man, you are so welcomed up here. You don't even know how welcomed you are. I love it when people come up here and hang out. I love it when people come up here and support Summer against all this evilness. Absolutely. You know, I a lot of times I wish I knew your guys' thoughts. I mean, I talk to a lot of people on Facebook. That's one of the reasons I opened that Facebook. It's because I love to hear your points of view. I love to hear what you guys think. And you know, a lot of times I take what you say in consideration, and boom, it's a piece of the puzzle. I'm like, damn, I'm so glad that they're working too, because I wouldn't have thought of that. Right? I'm gonna tell you, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I miss things. Sometimes I miss things. And you guys fill it in. And that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, we need one another. I tell you, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes the whole freaking world to find one when it's missing. A little 7-year-old girl, went missing, right? Little 7-year-old girl just went missing yesterday. And she had autism, right? She was autistic. And they found her. She had a lot of bee stings, and she was in really bad condition. And she didn't make it. She passed away. You know? And I'm sure it broke the hearts. You know, they said that the paramedics really worked as hard as they could, and the hospital worked as hard as they could, but they couldn't save her. They really tried. And it broke a lot of people's hearts. That that little girl is no longer with us, right? Was there any foul play or anything in it? I don't know. I hope not. I don't think so. You know, but we listen to tragedy every day. You know, and we wonder why. Why are all of our children, you know, disappearing in this world? Why are they being targeted? Why are they being so abused? Right? Why are they being neglected and abused, tortured, and destroyed? Why is this happening? I don't know. You know, but it's hard. It's hard to see all of this going on, you know, because it wasn't going on, you know, this stuff wasn't going on 30, 40 years ago. This stuff wasn't going on in the 50s. It wasn't going on in the 60s. It wasn't going on in the 70s. It wasn't going on like this in the 80s. And it really wasn't, you know, wasn't going on too much in the 90s. But some reason within the, you know, within the 2000s, the late 90s and into the 2000s, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. And over the last 10 years, it has been a freaking nightmare. I'm going to tell you, it seems like about the time they wanted to take God out of the school and out of all the government offices and everything, our children begin to be targeted. Now, you tell me if I'm wrong. Because I'm going to tell you something. Before that, I didn't ever hear all of this kind of stuff going on. I didn't hear that. But since they took God out of everything, children have been being targeted left and right by weirdos and sick human beings. I'm going to tell you, we got a problem. Folks. We got a lot more problems than we believe. We've got a lot of problems. You know, people say, oh, you know, and I remember when I first came out here to YouTube, people didn't really want to talk about religion. They were trying to steer clear of religion and politics and all these things. I said, oh no, we ain't going to steer clear of God. We need God in all of this. Right? But you didn't hear creators praying and talking about God. Not back then, you didn't. But they do now. And I'm going to tell you something. We need to talk about politics too. We need to talk, you know, Steer clear. You know, they want to brainwash us. They want to brainwash us to stay away from religion and politics. Why? Because those are the two things we should be on top of the most. One is going to save our souls from hell, right? Going to save our souls from hell. And through Jesus' stripes, we are healed. So one's going to keep us healthy and save our soul from hell. And the other one is going to keep us from being taken over, right? By the very people who we're paying to work for us. Let me tell you, the people up there are not kings and queens over a bunch of peasants. Those people up there are public servants working for we the people. We the people own this country. And we better start learning and understanding who owns this country before we get owned. Now I'm going to tell you something about your rights to bear arms. The reason that was put into the Constitution to bear arms is why the reason it's right, your right to be able to do that is because our forefathers knew that if we did not have that right, then the military and the government and everything could rise up and take us over, right? They could rise up and take us over if we're disarmed. We need to be armed. I'm going to tell you something. At one time there was some enemies that came and they were going to land. You know why they didn't land? They didn't land, and I'll tell you why they didn't. Because they knew that we the people all were armed up, and we would be coming out and taking care of them if they did. That's why they did not land and try to take people over. So you better hold on to your rights. You better know, guns don't kill. People do. You got to have somebody behind it, loading it, right? There's somebody behind it, loading it and using it. And I'm going to tell you something. Do you think if you get yours taken away from you that the criminals ain't going to still have them? That's going to put you at a hell of a disadvantage. That's going to put you at a hell of a disadvantage when the criminals ain't giving up theirs, but you're going to be giving up yours. That is totally insane. Where is the normal-minded people in today's world? Where is the common sense, folks? Where is common sense? You don't give up none of your rights. You do not let no one take away any of your rights that your forefathers gave you, because they gave them to you for a reason. These were some brilliant men trying to save your backsides, and you better stand up and be saving your own now. I'm just saying. You got to stand up and keep your rights. People are getting too weak. They're getting too weak. The Bible says you'll get wiser, but you'll get weaker. Well, people's getting weak. You're getting brainwashed. They want to use a little shooting here, a little shooting there to disarm everybody. I'm going to tell you now. They know what they're doing up there. They get you guys all hyped up. They get you all hyped up on this or that. And then lead you like a herd of cattle. And you know where a herd of cattle gets led, don't you? Do you know where they get led? Stop being a herd of cattle. Just stop it. That's why I tell you to use your own brain. God gave it to you. Use your own brain, you guys. That's all I can say. I'm not going to steer clear of politics. I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because Donald Trump is for we the people. Donald Trump wants a wall up at that border, and so do I. And so does PG. I'm going to tell you now, New York City is getting swamped. And other states are getting swamped. They're getting swamped with a lot of people. There is countries right now turning loose their people in insane asylums. They're turning people loose in all their prisons, and they're sending them across that border on us. Is this the type of people you want in your country? You better take a look. You better take a look at where, what state was it? What state was it? Hold on, I'll find it. It was Colorado. It was Colorado. Um, that's where it was. It was in Colorado, I believe. Anyway, they had a bunch of illegals up there. Absolutely. They had a bunch of illegals up there, and I'm going to tell you what they did. They were getting into these people's a whole apartment complex. I'm going to tell you what they did. They went in there, and it's on video. It's on video. They're inside this place, kicking in these people's doors, running these people out of their homes. These people are homeless, and these illegals took the place over. Right? They're taking the place over. I'm going to tell you. Well, they'll be doing that to your home. They'll be doing that to yours. If they're doing it to somebody else's, oh, let me tell you, it's going to be on you too. It's going to be on you. And I'm going to tell you now, the Democrats, it's open border. It's open border, right? Open border. They want that border down. They want to let all these people come in here. So that why? So they can, do what they want with the voting system. Right? I mean, they don't legally win nothing. They did not legally win. In my opinion, President Trump was president. He's always been president. This would be his third term, if you ask me. That's my opinion. This would be his third term. Just saying. Just saying. President Biden done nothing, in my opinion, he done nothing but keep Donald Trump's seat warm. That's what he did. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. I respect other people's, if you are a Democrat and you're voting Democrat, hey, I respect that, but I'm voting Republican. I'm going Republican all the way. And I'm going because I'm going to tell you why. They're for the people. They want the wall. They want a safe country for us. And I want a safe country for us as well. I want to be safe. I'm not a millionaire. I can't have bodyguards, right? I can't have a big fence up and have Secret Service. I don't have Secret Service running around with me. I don't have a bunch of bodyguards running around. I can't afford $100 fucking ice cream. Right? I can't afford guards standing inside and outside of my home all day. No. I can't afford that. If I could, I probably wouldn't be worried about none of this. I probably wouldn't be worried about none of this because it couldn't touch me anyhow. But you know what? I'm worried because I'm one of you. And this shit could touch me. Right? I'm just saying. Use your brain. Use your brain. If Kamala Harris was going to do anything for this country, she had 3 damn years to get it done. Going on 4. And she didn't get it done then, and she ain't going to get it done now. If you didn't get it done then, you're not going to be getting it done now. Matter of fact, she was in charge of that border and done nothing. Okay? Done nothing. Open your eyes, see the truth. And they ain't going to feed off my damn fear because I ain't got none. I ain't got none. You know, I don't have no fear. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. What I'm saying is, you know, this is our country. And let me tell you right now, we the people will stand up. We will stand up. Why do you think they're trying to disarm you? Maybe so you can be, think about it. So you can be took over? You better think about it. I'm going to tell you something. All I know is I'm going to and she's given all illegals. You have to be illegal. You have to be an illegal. And she's going to give you $25,000 to buy a home with. Every illegal is going to get $25,000 to buy a home. Why doesn't American citizens getting $25,000 to buy a home? Why ain't we the people paying her fucking paycheck getting $25,000 to buy a home, right? Why not? You know, she wants we the people to vote her ass into office, but she wants to give all the illegals $25,000 to buy a home. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Who did you know? You know, I can look at this one or two ways. Does she think you're stupid? Maybe you need to go wash the dumb off your faces if you're going to be voting in that direction. You might want to go wash the dumb off your face. Because I'm going to tell you what, if you think she's stupid, then you're not a Democrat, right? You're not a Democrat, so you don't got no worries anyway. Trump will be in office. But I'm going to tell you, if I was an American citizen paying tons and tons and tons of taxes, right? A Democrat citizen paying tons and tons and tons of, because I'm an American citizen, but I'm a Republican. You know, well, I'm not really Republican either. I'm more of a, you know, I'm more of a free willy. I kind of vote, you know, I always vote for whoever the hell I want to. Whoever I think can do the best job for we the people. I'm not really Republican and I'm not Democrat. I'm a free thinker. That's what I am. I'm a free thinker. And that's what I like to be. That's what God made me. And, you know, so I vote for the person that I check out their credentials. I watch them. You know, I figure out who and what they're for. And then I vote. You know, I mean, if Democrats are doing, you know, if Democrats are God-fearing and the Democrats are doing what's best for our country and we the people, then sure, I vote Democrat. You know, at one time I did vote for Democrats. Why? Because the Democrats were helping the poor. They were helping the poor Americans. They were helping the people they should be helping, the taxpayers, the American taxpayers. And, you know, so yes, I voted Democrat because Democrat was, you know, the way to go. You know, the Republicans were always seemed to be for the rich, right? They seem to be for the rich. But I don't know when the table turned. Somehow the table turned and The Republicans have became the ones that are for the people. And the Democrats, well, I'm going to be honest with you. They don't seem to be for nobody but theirself, to be honest. And I just don't play that game. But I'm going to talk about politics because that's my right. That's my right as an American citizen. That's my freedom. That's my right. And I'm not going to have my freedom and right stripped away from me. There's too many people laying in that ground. They gave their life so I could be free. And I'm going to respect that. And I'm going to respect it by keeping my freedom that they're laying in that ground for me to have. And I'm going to tell you, there's years and years and years and years of it. Now, if a big old war breaks out, is those illegals going to go fight it? Are they going to go fight that war? No. They're going to pull in all the American citizens to fight that war. Right? And while the American citizens are joining the other people in the ground before us, while they're joining more, more of them's joining the ones in the ground, while the illegals will be here to take over everything they owned, right? Because they're not citizens. And they're not going to fight. They didn't come here to fight for your country. They came here to take over your country. They came here to live in it for free. And they are. And they are. By the boatloads. Go to New York City. Go to New York City because they were standing outside the hotel because they didn't like the hotel they had. They didn't like the one they had. It was too ran down. So they went to a high class hotel, one of the real expensive ones. And they were, they were trying to take it over. They were trying to move in and take it over because they didn't like what we gave them. They wanted the best. And I'm going to tell you, see, this isn't what you're going to hear. This isn't what, they're keeping all this stuff shut up and low key right now. Oh, did you know that a 90-year-old man got shot? Yeah, he sure did. By one of them on a bicycle. And his car took? Yeah, sure did. But they're not going to tell you about that. They're not going to tell you about all of these things. They're not going to tell you about, that could have been you. That could have been your car. And if you don't vote for Trump and you don't get this country back under control, it possibly will be you. Because I'm going to tell you something. If they haven't shut the walls down in the last 4 years, do you think they're going to shut them down in the next 4? And in the next 4, how many more? I mean, if they get that kind of power again to open, how many more do you think is going to be in here? How many more? Just saying. I'm all for people coming into our country the right way. I'm all for, people coming here because once upon a time we were immigrants too, right? Once upon a time, we had to sail over here on the Mayflower or on some boat, right? We had to come over here to America where the streets were gold. And when we got here, well, we were looking for streets of gold and we didn't find any, did we? What we found was some hard work, some hard damn work. And we worked hard and we worked hard. Why? To make a future for our children. To make a future for our children. And them children worked hard, didn't they? To make a future for their children. And everybody worked harder and harder and harder to make America what it is today. We all worked, but we came here the right way. We came here the right way. We came, we came through customs. We got, our ears and eyes and mouth. And we got ran over by the freaking doctors, didn't we? We got checked from head to toe and everything else before we got into this country. And if anything was wrong, if you had a fever, you went back on the boat, didn't you? You went back on the boat. You didn't get to stay in America. You needed to leave. If you had a criminal record, you had to leave. They weren't going to have that here. Well, why are we going to tolerate it today? Why are we going to tolerate it today? If we wasn't going to tolerate it then, why are we tolerating it today? Because people have gotten weak. You got a lot of bleeding hearted humans out here for criminals. You got a lot of people out here, you know, that are like, you got a lot of people in, you know, anymore with all this pity party stuff. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm going to tell you something. It is hard. It is hard being an American. It is hard work paying those taxes. It's hard work getting up every day working. It's hard work paying them taxes. It's hard work pinching your damn pennies to make it through every week, every 2 weeks. For a lot of people on fixed incomes every month, right? It is hard work. We're all struggling. We're all paying high taxes. We're all paying high taxes everywhere. To keep up what? To keep up America, to keep up the roads, to keep up the schools, to keep up, you know, we're paying for every freaking body. And all these people we're paying for are treating us like shit. Right? We pay for the schools and the teachers try to treat the parents like crap. Like they're in control. They're in control of us and our children. No, you fucking ain't. We pay your ass. You're a public servant. You are a public servant. You go to a restaurant, you're paying the wages of those people working there. If you didn't eat there, well, they wouldn't have a job. But they treat you like shit. They treat you like crap. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? I'm going to tell you something. You only going to get the respect you demand. And if you ain't demanding respect, you ain't going to get none. And nobody's demanding any respect anymore. That's why nobody's getting none. Right? I'm going to tell you what the old folks would have done. The old folks wouldn't have ate at those restaurants. They wouldn't have ate. They'd have ate at home. They just said to hell with the restaurants. They just said to hell with the restaurants. We'll eat at home. I'm not going to walk in here to be treated like crap and eat some crappy ass food. Some pig slop. I'm not going to come in here for your pig slop. I'm not going to come in here for your bad fucking attitude. I don't need this shit. I got 2 hands, 2 legs, and can cook a better meal at home than you could serve. And a hell of a lot cheaper. So they eat at home. And you know what that done? Well, that made the managers step it up and start teaching people to teach the customers with respect, or your ass is fired. You're canned. We catch you treating a customer bad, you're out of here. That's your paycheck, buddy. That's my paycheck. Just how it is. Just how it is, you guys. You know, pull up at the gas station. Blow your horn. Blow your horn if you're crippled. Blow your horn. Somebody might come out and pump your gas. If you're crippled, they might come out and pump your gas. I'm going to tell you something. They should be pumping your gas every time. you know, you shouldn't have to get out of here. You're paying high prices for gas that ain't even being pumped into your tank for you. No damn hospitality. Well, I'm going to tell you what, the old folks got their oil checked and their windows washed and their gas pumped. They got all that shit. They got all that hospitality, baby. And what you get is wore out. What you get is you get to get out and you get to go in there and stand in a big fucking line and wait to pay for it. If you ain't got your credit card to tap on it, and even if you do got a credit card, well, it might not be accepting your credit card today. So your ass will have to walk in there anyway, and you're going to have to stand in line, and you got to pay for your gas, right? And then after you stand there and you're exhausted, standing in that line, smelling a bunch of funky ass people, right? This motherfucker's got on too much cologne and that motherfucker ain't got none. And he be stinking like, you know, Pippi Le Pew, making you want to puke before you even get up there to pay for your gas. And then you got somebody else asking you, hey, you got some money? Hey, can you help me out here? And they look like they're ready to, you know, who knows what with the place. Yeah. And this is what you're standing in. This is what you're standing in. Right? Then you got people coughing and you got people sneezing. And you're like, what the fuck? Right? I just walked into a fucking cesspool. What? I don't even know. A damn 3-ring circus up in here. Smelling funky as hell. Who took off their fucking shoes, right? Who the fuck took off their shoes? Because you know somebody did. Yeah. And you finally get it paid for, and you know what you get to do now? You get to walk all the way back out there, about a city fucking block, to pump your damn gas. And the mother freaker inside hasn't even turned it on yet, right? Hasn't even turned it on yet. And you might have to walk back in to remind them, turn the damn pump on. Right? And then you get in your car. And you wonder what the hell happened to hospitality. Well, I'll tell you what happened to it. You didn't demand it. So you don't get none. That's what happened. You know, they use all this bullshit. It's unsafe. It's unsafe for people to come out and pump your gas. It's unsafe. Yeah, well, it's unsafe for me to be getting the hell out of my vehicle, walking my ass all the way up there, you know, with all these weirdo people. I might not even make it back to my car, but you don't give a shit about that now, do you? Right? I'm going to tell you something. We the people better join hands again. We need to become one again and stop it. They want to cut us up in these little groups, right? They want to take us and divide us up in all these little groups, these little hate groups. We got to stop. We got to come together as one. Because we are one. We are one. We are one human race. And we all need to learn how to live together. You ain't going to get into heaven. If you can't learn to live together here on earth, you're not going to get into heaven. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because God ain't going to have no haters. up in heaven. You better love everybody, and you better hope everyone loves you. Because that's all that's going to be in heaven is people who know how to love everyone, not someone. And you better learn how to do that down here. And we need to come together like the old folks were. We need to care about everybody, not somebody. And we need to quit letting people divide us, because we are one. We are called We the People. U.S. citizens. We fought and we built this country. And I'm going to tell you, this country was made to serve us. We were not made to serve it. It's not what we can do for our country, because we do for our country every day. It's what can our country do for us? What is it doing for us? You better learn to stand up and not be afraid to talk about politics, baby. Because those politics determine if you live free or you don't. Those politics determine whether you run this country or you get ran. You best be doing what God wants us to do. And that is put on that suit of armor, stand up for pure righteousness, and stand up for this country that has done so much for you. If you want to keep living free, you better stand up and claim that freedom like the old folks did. They wasn't going to lose theirs, and by God, we don't want to lose ours. We pay for everything and get nothing. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is the truth. This is God's earth. That's right. This earth belongs to God. Absolutely. Amen. And I am Trump 2024 all the way. And it's because he is for we the people. He is for putting a wall up and keeping those people that are letting people out of the insane asylums and prisons, is keeping them from doing that. It's keeping them from doing that. It's keeping them from sending those people to this country, putting our lives in danger, our children's lives, and everyone else's lives around us. We can't have this. We can't have this. We shouldn't have to, we worry enough as it is. Our windows went shut first, and then our doors went shut. We live in a graveyard already, you guys. We live in a graveyard. Our streets, our country is one big graveyard, and our homes are the tombstones. Think about that, because it's true. Go outside your door right now. Go outside your door right now and come back in and tell me how many people's outside sitting on porches and running around. You tell me that. Because I'll tell you something. 25 years ago, You could have opened your door and went outside, and there was a ton of people running up and down the street. There was people all over the place. There were people on their porches. There were people running in and out. Christmas time, the streets were full. They were full of people coming in and out of houses with presents and gifts. Every light in the house was on. Matter of fact, the door was open. You go by and the front doors were open because people were coming in and going. Now you go outside. You go outside and you see how many people are running around now. You do that. Because when you step outside your door, it's going to feel like a graveyard. There ain't nobody out there. And then you take a big look at those big houses staring at you with no sign of life. Right? You do that. And you think that's bad? You think that's bad? You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. You don't start standing up now and taking back your country and taking back your freedom and opening back up your doors. I'm going to tell you something. Well, you're going to have somebody setting up 24/7. You're going to actually be like it is, you know. You're going to actually be living like they do in a war camp. You're going to be sleeping with your fucking boots on. That's what you're going to do. You're going to be sleeping with your boots on. Because you don't know what's going to be coming at you. Just saying. You know, Kamala Harris, from what I hear, I don't know for sure. This is just what I'm hearing through the grapevine. She wants 30%. If you sell your home, she wants to take 30% from you, from the sale of your home, right off the top, 30%. Do you want somebody taking 30% of your home? Would you like that? Would you like someone taking 30% of your home? And if they could take 30% of your home, then they can take 30% of your car when you sell it. How would you like to sell your car and 30% be gone right off the top? You had to pay full price for your car. You didn't get no 30% off when you bought it, and you don't get no 30% off when you buy your house, but they take 30%. How you make that make fucking sense to me? Make that make sense. I don't think, they don't want you talking about politics because they don't want you knowing. They don't want you knowing what they're about to do to you. And a lot of people, people don't want to talk about politics. They don't want to talk about it. They want to act like it don't exist. Well, baby, you better make sure, you better start, doing your homework. You better start doing your homework for real. You better start doing your homework. PG's been in here. I came in late tonight, you guys, and I like to got a lot more covered on Summer's case. We went out in left field with politics. That's okay. That's okay. That's where God put us. That's where God put us, and that's okay with me. Like I said, when we run this channel, wherever it takes us, that's where we go. Obviously, that's where God wanted us. I can see a lot of chat here. I can see a lot of people toning in and, worked up about it, So obviously someone needed to hear this tonight. I don't know who, but God does. I don't know. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, Amy Joe, absolutely, yeah. Out to they're out to get we the people. They're out to get we the people. And you know something? I wouldn't mind it so much. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't mind paying taxes for the schools and the roads and this and that. But I'm going to tell you what I do mind. I do mind paying taxes for a bunch of illegals that did not come into this country righteously. I do mind paying taxes for them. I do mind paying taxes for them to come into our country and take over an American citizens housing projects. What I'm saying is, here there is this young girl, a single mom with 3 or 4 kids living in this housing project. She's a American citizen. She's an American citizen, and she's living there. And all of a sudden, they tell her she needs to move. She needs to get out. She needs to work 2 jobs instead of 1 now, and pay her own damn rent. Well, they let some illegal that didn't even come to this country righteously move into that house and give them more than they would ever have gave her. And then set them up in business. And then, and they get free vehicles too. They get free everything. And they get set up in businesses. And also they're going to get $25,000 off of the buy of a home. And this girl that got thrown out of that housing project, well, you know what? She won't ever own a home at all because she can't afford to come up with a down payment. But she's an American citizen, so she don't get that. So you know what that tells me? That's biased. That is biased. That is discrimination. Just saying, that's discrimination. Absolutely discrimination against an American citizen. A hardworking, tax-paying American citizen. When this girl with 3 kids can't get the same thing as illegals get, well, that's discrimination. Because she's an American. Because she is a citizen. You make that make sense. You make it make sense. I'm going to tell you something. If my taxes ain't going to go towards this young girl, an American citizen, then I don't want to pay them taxes at all. I don't want to pay them at all. Because I'm not keeping up illegals. That's fucking wrong. And I shouldn't be asked to. If the government is letting them all in here, right? Then those people up there in the government need to all pitch in. They need to take their paychecks and keep them up. There you go. Problem solved. How much money are all of those people who's letting them come into this country? How much money are they all footing towards these people? How much are they giving? How much are they giving them? Not a damn thing. They're trying to figure out how to screw us even worse than we're already getting screwed to keep them up. Right? And that's the truth. That's the truth. That ain't my opinion. That's the truth. And it's wrong. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Right? That's what it is. Citizens get 25,000 toward a house under Harris. No, immigrants do. No, she did not say that U.S. citizens get it. She said that illegals get 25,000. That is exactly what she said. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard that it's the illegals get 25,000, not American citizens. Put a 1 in the chat because that's what I heard. I heard I plainly heard that illegals will get $25,000 towards a new home. That's what I heard. Not citizens. Not citizens. No citizen. You know, I'm sorry to tell you, DY, but you are very misinformed. You are very misinformed. And immigrants pay taxes and pay into Social Security, never getting any of it back. Bullshit. Bullshit. Immigrants get everything for nothing. Let me tell you something. I keep an eye on churches. Okay, I keep an eye. I you know, I don't know it all. I'd like to, you guys. I like to, but I know a lot. I know a lot. And I'm going to tell you something. I watch churches. I watch churches who bring these people in. They pay to bring all these people in. And I'm going to tell you something. Then they pull the strings and they give these people cars and they give these people housing and they give these people all this free shit. And I'm going to tell you another thing, what they do. Well, they have 2 or 3 families living in one home, 2 or 3, sometimes 4 or 5, living in one house. And let me tell you what they do. They split these people up. And these people go to the system. And they tell the system that they're all living at the same address, but they don't cook together. They don't share meals together. So you know what you got? You got 5 families getting a full load of food stamps. You got 5 families getting $500 to $600 a month in food stamps. Do your math on that one. Do your math on 5 families getting 500 in stamps. Do your math on that. Okay, this is how much they got coming in now a month to just eat on. Just eat on. But they don't eat on that. They don't eat on that. They eat on a little bit of that. They take like 2 of the cards and eat on it. And 3 of the cards, well, 3 of the cards get sold off. They get sold off and that money goes in the bank. And then they get, money to finance. They get money to finance, free money to finance businesses. So now they get, they're getting brand new trucks and they're getting all the tools and everything they need. And they start a business. Or they get a carry out, or they get, a Subway, a Wendy's, right? They get into the businesses. And now they're in there operating this. And they're making a ton of money off of that. They're making a ton of money off of that. And you know what? They're living better than you. They're living better than you because you couldn't get any of that. You know why? Because you're a U.S. citizen and your fucking credit is shot. And you can't even buy a fucking new cell phone, let alone a damn business. There you go. You can't get finance you couldn't get finance for a can of fucking beans. But these illegals, they get financed. They get everything free. It's handed to them. You better know what's going on in your country. Just walk yourself into one of them public offices, right? One of them, what are they called? Welfare places or whatever it is. Take yourself into one of those. What the hell they call that thing today anyway? I don't even know. It used to be called welfare. That's what I always heard it referred to. But, Is it some human services, something called human services now or something? I don't even know. I can't tell them from CPS, if you ask me. The names are so close. But anyway, and I don't need either one. I don't need either one. So that's why I don't worry about what their names are. The point being is, you go into that place and see what the hell you can get, because you ain't going to get shit. Matter of fact, they're going to have to get an interpreter to understand English. Right? Because those foreigners are running them offices now. So you make that make sense too. When you walk in a place, an American place that's supposed to be serving we the people, and you can't even find someone that can speak English. Because they're so busy giving everything out to the illegals, to somebody else. There you go. You know, and, you know, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you, the old people, the old folks, they didn't have to pick a phone up and hear push 1, push 2, push 3, push 4. You know, they didn't have to do that. They picked the damn phone up. There was somebody on the other end of it. And they were speaking English. Because that's what you had to speak to be in America. You come here before and you spoke any other language, it was you not being able to be understood. It was you that's going to need to learn real quick how to speak our language. You know? It's just the way it is. And, you know, I don't know what to tell people. I don't know what to, to tell anybody. I just get really tired. I get really tired of, of feeling like I'm living in a foreign country when this is America. This is America. And you feel like you're living in a foreign country. You know, it's like you need to learn how to speak Spanish instead of them have to learn to speak English. They look at, these people look at you like you're in their country instead of them being in yours. They ain't willing to give you shit because they're too busy taking it all for themselves. People better wise up. You better wise up. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I am talking about. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse, you guys. That's all I can say. But, God be with us, right? God be with us. Well, I'm going to tell you, if we stop doing that, they'll be in a lot of trouble. They'll be in a lot of trouble. That's what they'll be. A lot of trouble, you guys. We are a nation of immigrants. That we are. But you know what? We were immigrated the right way. We were immigrated into this country the right way. There is a right way to be immigrated into this country, and there is an illegal way to be immigrated in this country. And illegal means against the law. Go do something illegal. Go do something illegal and find out where you end up. Because your ass going to end up in jail. And then you're going to end up in a courtroom. Let us remember illegal. The difference is we are legal immigrants. They are illegal. Okay? That's the difference. You're a U.S. citizen. You ain't getting away with doing anything illegal. So why should they? Why should they? The law is the law. If we have to obey the law, then everyone has to obey the law. Right? Ain't that just the righteous thing to do? Ain't laws put in place for your safety? Ain't they put in place so we can live a safer, better life? Well, illegals against the law. Right? It's illegal to steal. It's illegal to lie to law enforcement. It's illegal, right, to do a lot of things. It's illegal. And you go to jail. It's illegal to drive your car without updated license plates, right? It's illegal to do a lot of things. So we have to stay legal. Well, it's illegal to come in this country illegally, right? And that's breaking the law. And when you break the law, no matter who you are, it shouldn't be, what I'm saying is it shouldn't be legal for illegals to come into our country. That's all I'm saying. You know, look what they're doing. Open your eyes to what they're doing. If they're taking over big old hotels and they're taking over people's complexes, you know, apartment buildings, if they're taking over whole apartment buildings, well, what makes you think they're not going to take over your fucking home? Because if they get away with taking over hotels and they get away with taking over whole apartment buildings, then the next thing you know, they're going to be taking over your houses. They're going to be taking over your cars. They're going to be taking over your trucks. They're going to be taking over everything. Matter of fact, you know what? You're probably going to have to pay them to keep breathing. You'll be working for them. And they'll be doing whatever they want to your daughters and your sons, your grandchildren, and to you yourself. That's true. You know, for a lot of us, Amy Jo, that's true. But there's a whole lot that ain't true for. A lot of people are cowards. A lot of people are cowards. And you know, and this country seems to be going in the cowardly way because there's people are afraid to stand up. They're afraid to stand up. This country's afraid to stand up for its rights anymore. They're just afraid. They're all locked up in their houses, you know, living inside their tombstones, right? And that's just the way it is. You know, they're not big time. They're not big time out there where they need to be. They're big time inside, you know, this box. And, you know, I can't wait for the first person. I can't wait for the first person that takes this box and throws it in a garbage can and says, you know, I'm not living like this anymore. I don't need this fucking box. I'm getting back into society. I'm getting back on my porch with some lemonade and starting to talk to my neighbors. And I hope the whole world follows. I hope the whole world starts dumping this box into the trash can and start living the normal life again, because that's what we need. And that's when our government understand that we're sick of the way it's being ran. And that's when, you know, things will get real and things will get back on track. But until then, as long as they got you living in this box, well, they're safe. They're safe to make it even worse for you. That's how it is. You know, God bless. God bless. You know, maybe I'll be the first one. Maybe I'll be the first one to throw this in the trash and move on. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm tired of it. I like being outside. I like sitting on my porch. I like having my freedom. And I'll be damned if I'm going to be afraid of anything. I want my country back. I want to, you know, I want to be out there. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Amen. She said, I make a wonderful preacher. Yeah. You know, a fearless one for sure, right? A fearless one for sure. You know, my parents always told me I didn't have enough sense to be afraid. I'm starting to believe them. I really am. I'm starting to believe that. You know, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't figured that one out yet, but fearless, I guess I am. I do fear God. I fear God. I do fear him because, he has the final say. He has the final say whether PG takes that elevator up or down, right? And I do fear him, but that's the only one I'm going to fear. And that's the only one I'm going to bow to. That's the only one I'm getting on my knees for. I ain't getting on my knees for nothing else. That's the truth. Amen. All right, you guys. PG's out of here. I'm going to play Summer Song out. You know what? like I said, I'd like to got a lot more done. I don't know why we went off into politics. I don't know why. It's just the way God wanted it, I guess. And I can't control what's going to happen when I come in here. I just go with the flow, and wherever it ends up, that's what it is. And that's where it went tonight. And I seen the chat. Really, I am so proud of you guys. I am so proud of you, and I'm so proud that to see how much you care about your country, and how fearless you guys truly are. But I knew you guys were fearless, by being out here for these missing kids. I know how much you guys put up with being out here for these missing kids. And so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that you guys are fearless as well. Absolutely not. You guys got your eyes open. You got your eyes open. I'm telling you now, you really do got your eyes open to what's going on in this world. You guys got a lot of common sense, and hold on to it, baby, because I'm going to tell you what, it's getting locked away somewhere. Don't let them steal yours. But I love you guys. I truly do. I truly do. And you know what? Let us, when we get to that poll, let us vote for the one that's for our country, that's for us, we the people who want to make this country better, who want to, to get the crime out of here and start putting safety in place. And in my book, that is Donald Trump. I mean, we got to pick the best, right, of two evils. And I'm telling you right now, the Republicans are the best. They are. Just saying, they're the most godly. They're the most godly right now, you guys. That's what I'm telling you. They're the most godly. Trust me, I know. I keep an eye on things. But definitely, do what's righteous. Do what's righteous in the sight of God. Do what's best for your country. We all know what that is. And God bless each and every one of us. And God be with us too. PG's going to get out of here. Before I leave, I don't ever leave without asking, please, please, please keep those prayers going up for Little Summer Moon Utah Wells. Keep them going up for Sebastian Rogers. Keep them going up for Eli Vu, and keep them going up also for Michael Vaughn, who is still missing as well. Keep those prayers going up for these missing babies. Pray to God that they are found, brought home, and justice be served in the name of Jesus Christ. Because you know what? As long as these people who did these evil things are still out there in our society, other people and other children are at risk. So please pray that God helps us get this evilness where it belongs, and it don't belong in society. It belongs in prison. So please keep praying for these babies and that justice is served in the name of Jesus Christ. God does hear you. Through Jesus, he will hear you. Know that he hears you, and have faith that he's answering your prayers, because he is. Jesus said, pray and know you have got it, and you do. When you pray and you know that your prayer's already been answered, because Jesus said it is, then it will be. That's the key to praying, is to know that it's already been answered when you prayed. There you go. That's the secret. So please keep those prayers going up with faith and knowing for these babies. PG's out of here. God bless. Much love. Good night, everybody. We'll be back, God willing, tomorrow night. No, I'm sorry. I won't be in tomorrow night. I don't think. I might. But I'll definitely be back. I'll definitely be back real soon, and we'll finish up what we started tonight. I will take time to get in here to finish up what we started tonight, because I have a lot to talk about, and there's other things going on I need to talk about. So we will definitely be back real soon to get that talked about, and hopefully help Summer. There's some new people. There's some new people in the mix out here right now. There's some new people coming into the mix of Summer's case. I wanted to let you guys know that, and I'm going to bring that all forth for you guys as well. So stay tuned, and stay blessed. Stay blessed, you guys. Good night. Much love.